Persephone felt so betrayed when 2 weeks went by and no Patrick. She called Jasmine, hoping to have someone to share her troubles with. She thought maybe, if Jasmine was for it, she could finally make that visit. Persephone knew the Lord was showing her how he worked when she spoke to Jasmine's assistant, Jim, and he said that he was supposed to get in touch with Persephone days ago. He let her know that she could pick up her ticket the following morning at the airport. Persephone declined a refill of champagne from the stewardess and settled back in her comfortable seat. First class was all that and a six pack as she adjusted her headphones for the movie that was being shown on the little screen on the rear of the seat in front of her. She thought to herself that she should have done this months ago. The Bodyguard was the film, and although Persephone hadn't seen the film, she found it difficult to watch without her mind wandering back to Seth. Quick, cut on entertainment tonight on Channel 7. Hurry up. Carmen had screamed into the phone when Persephone had picked it up on the third ring after sprinting across her room, then jumping over a pile of clothes from her closet. What? Persephone frowned, not quite understanding Carmen's request, but doing it anyway. There was a beer commercial playing. What's up with that? Persephone asked with the remote control in her hand. Girl, you know that white boy that was trying to hit on you at that comedy club? Carmen began excitedly. Girl, he was just on Entertainment Tonight talking about he got this part in this movie and he flying out to Paris. Patrick? Patrick Pulaski? Persephone questioned. Yep, that was his name. And girl, I know you wish you ain't listened to my big mouth. Child, look like you missed out, 'cause homeboy about to break large. Carmen went on for a good 5 minutes about how he replaced some actor, she couldn't remember his name, on this movie called Something Towers. He said that he had gotten a call to go in and audition in New York and had won the part. Persephone didn't tell Carmen they were engaged. She didn't mention that she'd even called him back. Sadim, there is a policeman right outside my door, and I'm so tired. I'm just gonna take a quick shower and go to bed, really. We all have a busy day in the morning, right? Jasmine reasoned. I can give the people we were supposed to meet with a call in the morning to let them know we won't be able to make that appointment. It is okay, Shots. I make this away on their machine, Sadim soothed. But I have someone come, and they are there soon, yeah? Sadim insisted. One man downstairs in a car and one man outside my door. Now I think that's enough protection, Sadim. Come on, Jasmine protested. I see no car on the street when I leave, Sadim said, almost to himself. Then he probably parked around the side, hidden, Jasmine tried to reason. You are in your bed, Zimmer, now, Sadim asked, almost in a whisper. Jasmine began to pick up on the alarm in his voice and said, Yes, you have the chair there, like I show you. Sadim was a little louder now. Jasmine pivoted her left foot backwards and leaned back a little, with the phone still in her ear, to see through her open bedroom door. The chair was solidly in place, jammed under the handle of the door. It had been a little more tricky to position the solid wooden chair under the European style handles that were used on the doors, but Jasmine managed. I will call when your sister here, Morgan, Sadim concluded the conversation. Why wasn't there a car out front? Didn't the policeman outside her door need transportation in an emergency situation? Jasmine thought. So you'll call me first thing in the morning. Jasmine tried to stall. When I have Persephone. I call by shots, Sadim said, then quickly hung up the phone. It's Persephone, Jasmine blurted out to the dial tone, then slammed the phone down and took a deep breath and scolded herself for losing her temper with Sadim. He seemed to be the only one she could really depend on. Jasmine busied herself getting ready for her shower, securing the fact that the front door was secure. She laid out her necessary clean towels and fresh underclothes, deciding on a summer jogging suit for her slumber. She quickly stripped out of the sweatshirt and stirrups and bra and panties and quickly slipped on the blue silk robe that was identical in style to Twyla's red silk robe. The terry cloth robe that Jasmine preferred was still packed up and headed for the laundry as soon as she pulled it out. Frau Brooke had made sure she had fresh towels out for Jasmine in the bathroom, but Jasmine couldn't use them, thinking that the intruder had probably stepped in the bathroom for a look and his hands or even a part of his clothing might have brushed past her nice towels for her to later wipe on her skin. The thought repulsed her. Once in the bathroom, Jasmine gathered up all the fresh looking towels off their holders and grabbed the top off the deep wicker basket in the corner of the bathroom and stuffed all the clean looking towels of different sizes inside. Jasmine could hear the first ring of the phone when she replaced the wicker lid, then raced to the phone to pick up before the second ring, since she'd switched on her answering machine and thought Sadim was probably calling her back. Hello? Jasmine said, not out of breath, but her adrenaline pumping. Yeah, hello, who is there? The strange male voice asked. Who would you like to speak to? Jasmine asked on her guard. Yeah, Yosmin Jackson. This is Jasmine Jackson. And you are? Jasmine said, with her eyebrows now almost meeting. She was frowning so intently. Yeah, this is Inspector Braun of the Frankfurt Polizei. Sorry to call you at such a time in the night, but I drain for day and day now, and now I call this time. I think maybe you there. The inspector began. I called to make my files finish for Jim Schwab, the friend by you. That they you are there, bitte? Yeah, Jasmine said, trying to gather her thoughts. Are you a colleague of Detective Mueller here in Munich? Was? The inspector seemed confused. I spoke to Detective Mueller just this night. Someone broke in and my friend called the detective. He should have contacted your office by now regarding the kidnapping of my sister Persephone. Jasmine was annoyed that no one in Frankfurt seemed to be aware of what was happening in Munich. Was ist das? I know of no Detective Mueller. Who say this? The inspector almost spat out the words Detective Mueller. Look, maybe you guys should call each other and let each other know what's happening. I can give you his number, but he should be there anyway in the morning, and I'm sure someone there knows who he is. Marcus Holtz broke into my apartment and wants to try and kidnap my sister. Jasmine thought she'd better brief the inspector to get him caught up. Marcus Holtz? Marcus Holtz? Is tot. He is dead. Bitte. Give me the telephone number from the detective, please, the inspector requested patiently.